Welcome back, League fans, to special coverage of a series that played out earlier in the day with Delta Fox against CLG Academy. So why don't you get your dongers ready, get your kappas ready, and let's hop right into the picks and bans for this game one. And there it is. You got your team composition right there on the board. Is anything go ahead and stick out for you right away?
Not a ton. CLG Academy going with a very standard kind of team comp with the Thresh, Ashe, Victor, Rek'Sai, Kennen. You got a split push with the Kennen. You get the 4-1 comp overall for the other members, and you get some good pick-off potential. Can do a little bit of everything. On the side of Delta Fox, also a pretty reasonable team comp. They do have the Jace to kind of match that Kennen in the split push, and then their frontliner will be the Nunu, Cassio with the Bard, and the Jhin. So they have a lot of playmaking as well. I do kind of like the team comp of CLG Academy a little bit more, just because it has a little bit lower commitment. You can kind of fish for hooks and those kinds of things, whereas Bard kind of needs to shoot his ultimate off to really look for anybody.
Well, the game that Imqatpie did pop off earlier this season was on Jhin. He did have, I think, 2 triple kills in that game, so he's going to get that back in his hands as we move into the game. Game 1 between CLG Academy and Delta Fox. And these teams should be looking for a win here. They're the bottom of the table. And if CLG Academy want a chance at the playoffs, they got to win. If Delta Fox want to win it all, this is their chance for it.
Yeah, I mean, this is basically your easiest quote-unquote opponent left for Delta Fox. So if you want to avoid eating a bagel, you got to find something here.
Let's go ahead and run down these rosters. On the blue side, it's Counter Logic Gaming Academy. In the top lane, it's Fallen Bandit. At jungle, it's the #1 overall pick from Scouting Grounds, MarkZ. In the mid lane, it's the artist formerly known as Tuesday Chicken, now only known as Tuesday. At AD carry, it's Zig, and at Zag, sorry. And at support, it's Phil.
Am I doing the red side?
You're doing the red side.
On the red side, it's Delta Fox, my boys. In the top lane, Dyrus, the jungle. You know him, you love him. Known for his Baron throws, somehow put on jungle, Scarra. Mid lane, Voyboy, the donger himself on the Jhin, with Shiphtur on that Bard pick. Getting a little scrappy over some wards here.
That's right. Everyone knows that Raptors are exciting start for the jungler, so Shiphtur and Imqatpie going to bully their way and drop a ward early on.
We'll see what they choose to do. Nunu's one of those champions who can do some very annoying stuff over in the early game. Looks like gonna start on blue buff here. Might go for a cheesy invade after that. We'll have to see what Scarra chooses to do with that Nunu pick.
So Voyboy getting himself the Cassiopeia up against Tuesday and Victor. One of those things where, like has been talked about throughout the series, the Challenger series, Scarra could play mid lane, Shiphtur playing mid lane. We need to see that carry performance out of Voyboy and Cassiopeia, the champion that can do that. As we see Scarra, a little cheeky coming in. Oh, I'll take that very much, Omar. See you later, young buck.
I mean, it's nice for Scarra to be able to grab that one away, tilt his opponent a little bit, but it's not the end of the world. You did not get a buff stolen. You got a big Raptor. You're already level 2 with the small ones, so Scarra's going to have to go back into his jungle, and you're going to keep on farming. Waste a little bit of time as that Nunu, but I mean, Nunu's not really known for the power farming style anyways. Boy, getting a little aggressive.
Yeah, Voyboy popping Ghost onto Tuesday. Tuesday's going to walk that one out. Boy, low on mana, so has to be a little careful. Able to pick that up and slowly farm up again with those Twin Fangs.
A little surprising to see that Ghost Burn did not have a great opportunity to really finish off Tuesday there. A little too healthy. Scarra gets the Scuttle Crab. Both junglers going to walk away. That tends to be what happens with Nunu.
It looks like Scarra has a pretty solid jungler in his champ pool now that can oppress the other side. As we see Tuesday take a little bit of damage. Voyboy forced to back up now, low on mana, and not having a lot of vision to help out.
Needing to be a little bit careful. Scarra did get him a ward down there, so he should be semi-aware of the Rek'Sai. Bump into each other once again. Junglers just like bumper cars, just see each other, bump into each other, keep going on with their days.
Interesting early lead here, though, for Delta Fox after those plays back and forth. So 400 gold lead is in the hands of the Stream 3 meme team, but now Fallen Bandit setting up Dyrus. Dyrus tries to flash away, will be caught out, and there it is, MarkZ getting first blood.
Nice play by CLG Academy, getting the flash stun off by Fallen Bandit. Locks Dyrus in place long enough for MarkZ to get there. Surprising to see Dyrus not playing a little bit further back. He knew the Rek'Sai was up on that top side, given the fact that we just talked about how the junglers bumped into each other. but not actually being able to get out of there in time. So nice play by CLG Academy.
Oh, what a hook angle there. Imqatpie in a little bit of trouble. Dark Passage going to be more than enough. Flash forward by both guys. Imqatpie might be able to get away. The flay backwards not going to be enough, and Imqatpie goes down. Shiphtur uses the magical journey to safety.
Almost played that one perfectly by CLG Academy. Phil flashing a little bit too late to get the Dark Passage. Double flash forces Zag to jump in there as well, but they do pick up the second blood, almost at first blood of the game. So they're not going to be too disappointed either way.
Scarra still just farming up, roaming around the map, eating up what he can. Now on the bottom side, as we see Omar give a little bit of pressure help to Tuesday Chicken as we go ahead into the replay.
There you see that hook just barely snipe the far hitbox of Imqatpie. That late flash going in, but they decide they're going to go all in, double flash in, get that kill. And now, Delta Fox, they're angry. They want to strike back.
Here comes Scarra, tries to get the snowball down. Nice flash forward by Shiphtur. Gets the tether onto the wall. Scarra continuing his empowered auto attacks. Cutie still a little far away, and that's going to be that. No kill picked up, but a little bit of pressure on the bottom side.
Looking like they overestimated that new damage just a little bit there. Much more of a control style champion, not actually able to do much if someone else can't bring the damage. Imqatpie was a little bit out of range, contributed with the root from the W, but not able to find a kill off of it.
So even after that first death, though, Dyrus doing a solid job here against the Kennen and Fallen Bandit. And so Fallen Bandit has a free lane, teleport advantage. Delta Fox needs to be very careful for any sort of flank that he could bring.
It is a little bit scary that Kennen able to find a TP flank. It is going to be the AD Kennen most likely. The favorite of the Kennen players in the top lane right now. Wins almost every matchup. Jace is one of the counter picks that does relatively well into it. And you saw Dyrus was pushing in up in that top side before he got ganked. And this matchup does get swayed pretty heavily by junglers. So despite the initial lead that he has fallen behind in XP now, level 5 to Fallen Bandits level 6. Might have a hard time winning small lanes from here.
Nice sidestep by Dyrus into a shock blast. Fallen Bandit taking that one straight to the face. But other than that, not too much to speak of. Scarra still farming up, trying to get to level 6 and find some absolute zeros in the bush and surprise the rest of CLG Academy. Decent vision so far for both teams around the bottom side of the map, and it is an Infernal Drake as we start panning down to the bottom river.
So what I was about to talk about is the fact that when you have that new pick forcing around some objectives, it's always the thing to do, and especially when it's something as important as that Infernal Dragon. So we hope to see Delta Fox get aggressive in there. Dyrus continue to get aggressive up in the top lane, chunking out Fallen Bandit pretty heavily.
Yep, so that might force the teleport out of Fallen Bandit here. Maybe, so teleport advantage might go away. Nice play there by Dyrus. Stop that, but you want to steal that? No, thank you. Have a little piece of that. Scarra takes that one away.
Still, overall, a good play out of CLG Academy, keeping that blue buff off the spam. Happy Cassiopeia, something that you're going to be pretty happy with, especially if you can get yours onto Victor. Now, that's something you have to get ready for because you can expect the Nunu to go for that mirror invade onto that blue buff.
Voyboy allowing Tuesday to step up a little bit when things go back and forth. And Tuesday getting the worst end of that trade, the boy. You showing the mastery of Cassiopeia against the Victor.
I like this play out of Delta Fox a little bit too early, though, as now Voyboy gonna get ganked.
Yep, forced to flash out, and Omar's more than happy with that one. No vision after Scarra left the bottom bush, and that's going to be that. So nice pressure applied by Omar got.
I believe what Delta Fox might have been looking for there was if they know the enemy blue buff is coming up and they want to secure it to avoid the Nunu getting the counter jungle, you actually start the Dragon up as a mix-up. So they go up to the blue side to make sure they get that buff. They leave the Dragon open and you take that one for free on the second blue buff timing. Didn't quite work out. CLG Academy had some vision in that river after their blue buff invade and they spot that one out. And they also get the flash out of Voyboy during that as well.
So looking at this Delta Fox team here, what player are you trying to build around here? There isn't too much of a tank other than Scarra that will get tankier later, but kind of like a pseudo tank. You got a top lane Dyrus, a mid lane Voyboy. Who are you looking to play around?
Rhetorical question?
No.
No, Coach. No, I mean, that's the question. I don't know. You can go around the Cassiopeia most likely is your best late game threat. If you can get her going, that's nice. But they don't have a ton of easy setup in any lane other than the bot lane. But the Nunu still isn't the best ganking champion. Here, CLG Academy starting up that Infernal Dragon. But Delta Fox does have a ward on it.
Fox do have a ward on it. Shiphtur and 3 other members of Delta Fox coming in. Phil does land a death sentence, but not going to find too much. Nice arrow going to stop Scarra. Scarra flashes forward, absolute zero. But Tuesday Chicken coming on in and cleaning up the fight. Scarra and Shiphtur, Turntail, Imqatpie get themselves out of there. Dyrus going to cancel the teleport, not be able to get that one off. And now the curtain call going to come through, and Imqatpie going to pick up 1. And that's going to be all he wrote. Now in the top lane, Hulk being thrown down, Dyrus and Fallen Bandit going back and forth. Dyrus doesn't have any minions, tries to get the Shock Blast down, does get the AoE from it, finds away, but gets taken down by the W. Unfortunate play there for Dyrus.
Unlucky for Delta Fox on that play. Dyrus gets taken out in the top lane as Voyboy dies in the bot side. That allows CLG Academy to go for the Infernal Dragon. It looked like Delta Fox could have just focused down the Dragon because they have been taken to around 2,000 health by the side of CLG Academy. With Cassio there, with Nunu, you can probably go for a Smite Consume combination with Cassio bringing some extra damage. They instead go for that fight, which gets turned around on them now at a 4-for-1.
So taking a look at a replay on the bottom side of the map. Like you said,
right here, you can all just cut to that Infernal Dragon instead of focusing down the support of Phil. Doesn't end up working that way, and then they get kind of strung out. Voyboy goes down really early on in that fight, and then everyone is forced to run away. Teleport by Dyrus gets canceled by the Kennen. Nice stun there, and after that, it's all too easy for CLG Academy to finish off that Infernal Dragon.
Last shot here by Imqatpie. Boop. Right onto the Zag, but not too much doing, and it looked good. They had a nice numbers advantage. They had vision of it to collapse down, but weren't able to turn that one around. And
looks aren't everything done.
Looks aren't everything, but it does look like Dyrus is going down. 3 members taking that one, and Phil, Bandit, and Omar God continuing the pressure for CLG Academy.
Last time we saw Dyrus dying a lot. It wasn't really his fault getting the Dyrus treatment against the Elise Renekton. This time around, a little bit more on his shoulders. Gets ganked as a 3-man squad by CLG Academy, and Scarra's forced to move up there to play cleanup duty. Imqatpie also rotating up to the top side of the map.
I guess they don't want the bot lane turret. The minion wave is just sitting right in the middle on the bottom side of the map, but big rotation by both teams, and looks like CLG Academy is going to match that, moving up Kennen, Thresh, and Rek'Sai. Maybe a little bit of a gank attempt coming in here.
We'll have to see. Delta Fox is down a lot of summoners after that skirmish in the bot lane. With Infernal Dragon down, looks like both teams are prioritizing control up on the top side. Cutie gets arrowed.
Oh, long range arrow coming in. Good play coming out of Zag. The ult by Shiphtur's not going to be enough. Imqatpie does go down, and it looked safe. They knew something was going on, but they weren't able to play around it.
Unfortunately, unable to do that. Imqatpie goes down as well. Zag going to get some time to hit this turret now. Dyrus not going to push her in that mid turret, or the bot turret too much. Going to roam up to the mid lane, maybe looking for a gank attempt here.
He's walking his way up. Doesn't look like Tuesday knows. Now he does. Voyboy still a little bit further away. Unfortunately, not able to get the root down, and no one gets killed in that play there as Dyrus runs him in.
They do get the flash, though, and now CLG might be looking at this Rift Herald. Phil caught out of position again.
Phil is caught out of position. Omar God thinking about helping out his player. Nice play by Phil to take the blue buff over the wall. Now, Voyboy caught out, not able to find it. He goes down all the while on the top side of the map. CLG Academy get first blood.
They almost got that support, though. They almost got the support. Not able to find him. Blue buff gets out, and now here comes the teleport by Fallen Bandit. This 3-man squad's in trouble.
Yeah, it's a pinch. It's a 3-man stun there by Fallen Bandit, but he walks into Dyrus, Shiphtur, and Imqatpie. He does live for a little bit longer, and he lives through the damage. Imqatpie not able to put it down. The final shot not going to be enough. Omar God chugs that one off, and it's 3 more kills heading on over to the side of CLG Academy.
The Delta Fox pain train. They get aced. They were roaming around trying to finish off Phil deep in the enemy team's jungle. They get collapsed on. Almost able to finish off Fallen Bandit, but he itemized very tanky early on for a Kennen. Not trying to win the 1v1 matchup for the Jace. Looking more for that team utility. Already had the Jar and Fist completed, as well as the Tabby and the Doran Shield made him tanky enough. So when he follows over through this journey, yeah, from Shiphtur, he's going to stay alive throughout this, while the rest of the team focuses down Scarra before coming over that, joining in, getting these last 3 kills, ending up in an ace overall as Voyboy went down earlier in that mid lane.
Yep, unfortunate play there. And again, Delta Fox so close to executing these plays and just aren't able to. And then the plays that did go wrong, it seems like there are things that they could have gotten across the map, like Dyrus on the bottom side of the map, continue pushing that tower, went for the gank in the mid lane, not able to execute.
It's one of the things that you tend to see from some of the better coordinated teams is that when something is going wrong, you're trying to get something else done on the other side of the map. You could have potentially gone for that free turret damage and start chipping that one low instead of going for the flash in the mid lane. Jace pick is not an extremely strong roamer. You only have that E knockback potentially, but with the flash available on Tuesday, you're never going to get a kill there. So not really able to find anything, but now maybe they're going to be able to convert with it.
Yeah, Tempered Fate going to land on Tuesday. And today's Thursday because that's over. Tuesday's gone. And it's going to be the first kill in quite some time for Delta Fox. They're going to transition that elsewhere on the bottom side of the map.
Giant comebacks begin with a single step Degon. They take the first step on their journey back into this game. They get the mid lane pick onto Tuesday, which was started by that excellent roam by Jace. Like I was just saying, great roam.
Great roam there by Dyrus. Great shot call. Great execution by Shiphtur. Great all around by Delta Fox. And, you know, the big thing about Team Delta Fox here is that there's no way they would have executed that play without the practice and preparation that possibly someone on their staff might have helped them out with. I don't know. But solid stuff there. The 4-man against 1 roam. Great call there by Delta Fox.
They were able to get their first turret of the game as well. Turrets are equal somehow.
The top lane.
Despite the 11-kill advantage or 9-kill advantage for CLG Academy. Second Infernal Dragon, really unlucky for Delta Fox to keep getting these Infernal Dragon spawns against them. Really not fair.
Really not fair indeed. And unfortunate that they're just never in position to get it either.
Yeah, that's also unfortunate.
Oh my God, and CLG Gaming Academy gonna take this one and push their 11-2 lead, 4,000 gold lead, double Infernal Drake. And Delta Fox need to find a new Delta because the current path that they're on isn't working and they need to find it soon before they get outscaled.
Need to be careful. Dyrus walking down in this bot lane, but there is a pick attempt waiting for him. Phil is already in the brush. The minion wave collapsing here.
Oh no.
They're just going to start it off.
Dyrus sniffs it out. The Dark Passage is going to be enough, and there it is. Another death sentence written, and it's going to be Phil, the writer, landing another one, and it's going to be Dyrus going down along with the bot lane tower.
And this is with the Rift Herald coming out to play as well. They can ride this one all the way in the bot side. During this, though, Delta Fox getting their trade on, going up this mid lane now. Shiphtur zoning them away from the turret. Gets the stun onto Tuesday. He's going to go down.
Yeah, nice play there. Magical Journey leading that one. Now Voyboy stuck, taking a little bit of damage. Will be able to walk himself out. The tower does start hitting Voyboy yet again, all the while on the bottom side of the map. CLG Academy continue the push. MarkZ and Zag putting pressure now on the inhibitor turret, but it does look like Delta Fox will be able to trade. Nope, we're not quite done yet. Fallen Bandit able to put the Slicing Maelstrom down. Yet another death sentence landing, and Scarra getting pushed into his teammate's own Tempered Fate, but Scarra is able to live through that one. Shiphtur trying to carry from the support role because Dyrus isn't. He's forced to flash backwards, and there's the kill by MarkZ. Voyboy and Omar going back and forth. This one should be picked up by the boy. There it is, the shutdown gold heading on over.
Some nice trades overall by Delta Fox, losing their bot lane inhibitor turret. Maybe not the best, but they do get some kills around the mid lane as well as the turret. Now Zag also caught out of position, forced to flash into the waiting arms of Shiphtur.
There it is, Shiphtur being a good guy, allowing someone else on his team to pick up a kill. It's going to be the cutie picking that one up.
Taking a look at this one, Dyrus had gone down to the bot side to try and secure the turret. Gets the Rift Herald down, but then goes for the hammer form Q onto MarkZ, trying to bait them into Voyboy, but you see that Void Rush coming in, securing that kill. Voyboy gets the trade. Zag is finishing off the turret during this whole time, but now he's out of position. Overall, a 2-3 turret trade, plus 3 kills, I believe, for CLG Academy, while Delta Fox picked up 2 in the mid lane for 1 turret as well.
Delta Fox showing some fight back. It is only a 4,000 gold lead here so far. 13-6, the score looks worse than I think what it actually is. And the boy and Shiphtur, I'm really liking Shiphtur. He's making plays here on the support bard, maybe getting comfortable on something that allows them to unlock the power that we know this team has.
I mean, the support bard at Shiphtur is actually very good. He has had some good angles with those journeys to set up some stuns onto Tuesday, who has no flash. Well-coordinated plays with the rest of the team, able to find those, as well as making sure he got that kill on the Fallen Bandit. So Shiphtur playing really well, team following up off his aggression, but they're fighting from a deficit here. Gonna need to win some big team fights to actually get the gold lead back.
That's right, Dyrus sitting at 0-6-2, and You know, you expect him to be a bully. It's tough to be a bully when you don't have the lead, you don't have the gold, you don't have the items. And on the opposite side, Fallen Bandit builds a frozen mallet first, and there's a lot of chase down that could happen in the split push game.
Shiphtur, though, wants to find a way to answer back. They portal into that brush with the pink ward, and it's sidestepping the ward on that ramp. But it looks like OhMarkZ knows they're there. They had the tremor sense.
They do have tremor sense. OhMarkZ not able to get anything there. Oh, and that might be the first hook that we've seen Phil miss in quite some time. Zag not able to land the Enchanted Crystal Arrow earlier as well.
Cute play out of both teams there. Delta Fox trying to sidestep some known vision, and OhMarkZ saying, that doesn't matter, I can hear you doing that. No kills afterwards, and Zag down an ultimate.
So both teams trying to stabilize after that crazy early mid game. As we have 4 members, all 5 members? All 5 members of Delta Fox in the mid lane, while Kennen continues the split push because they know Dyrus can't answer it quite yet. The blue buff will be heading on over to the side of Delta Fox. Voyboy gonna pick this one up, and that's gonna help him continue to grow with the tier.
Some decent objective control there, but they've conceded some pressure around the mid lane. CLG Academy going to push that one up while also pressuring the bot side with Fallen Bandit. Like you said, Chase going to have a really hard time to deal with this relatively defensively built Kennen. He's going to whittle down that turret slowly.
Omar is nearby, but will decide to go ahead and bail off. Scarra and Voyboy coming in. Ghost is popped. Snowball does land, and now Bandit in a little bit of trouble, has nowhere to go. Omar trying to come over the wall. Nice stun. The pop-up onto Voyboy, not going to be enough. Voyboy picks up the kill. Nice ultimate there. Petrifying Gaze going to be enough. 2 kills heading on over to Delta Fox.
Pick up that 2 for 0 while closing that gold lead a little bit. Getting a nice shutdown onto OhMarkZ. Tuesday working on that turret.
Whoa! Nice stun there by Shiphtur into a tempered fate, into the deadly flourish, but it's not going to land. The curtain call coming out. Tuesday trying to use the fancy feet to get himself out of trouble. Is able to. Zag now coming in to help out his mid laner, but it's not going to be enough. Voyboy going to come in and pick up the kill. Dyrus following CLG Academy. Phil in a lot of trouble. Does get snared up, and Dyrus finds himself the 2nd kill of the game.
Delta Fox clawing their way back into this game. Gold lead closing, kill count closing. Down to about a 3,000 gold lead now. And Voyboy starting to pick up a handful of kills, which is the important thing. We'll take another look at that mid lane plan. You gotta say, Shiphtur.
What a cosmic binding right here.
What are they feeding this kid?
Into the tempered fate. Nice sidestep away from Phil. Not gonna land that death sentence. And after that, it's just cleanup. Scarra.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nice flash to avoid that root follow-up, but Scarra's in range, gets that snowball chain CC, making sure he's perma-slowed. Shiphtur gets another stun, setting up the rest of the team to collapse onto him. They do get 1 kill back on the Scarra, who gave his life up for that one, but this time, Imqatpie's root lands. They get a 2nd kill, and you start to see them picking up a lot of gold. Unfortunately, CLG Academy, because those Infernal Dragons will always have a pretty strong late game with that extra bonus AD and AP.
Yeah, percentages always scale late, and as the game moves closer and closer, CLG Academy will have even more threats. All this started because Fallen Bandit and OhMarkZ were over-pushed, and then big plays coming out of Shiphtur to close the gap here for Delta Fox. The next objective that they might fight over is the Mountain Drake, but looking all along the river, all you see is blue wards, and more blue wards.
Something that Delta Fox has definitely struggled with. Something I think their coach should have forced a little bit more. Shiphtur going for the aggressive flash onto Zag.
And
not ready to give up.
Magical journey, wants a little piece of it, and he's just going to turn himself golden. Why not? Because he's playing like a champ. Here goes Shiphtur trying to find some more. Maybe the Cosmic Binding is going to land. No, it doesn't, but now they've got themselves in a pincer. You can see themselves shuffle back and forth. Imqatpie all by himself. OhMarkZ is going to go on to him. Shiphtur with another magical journey. Imqatpie trying to get himself out of trouble. Yes, he is, but the long-range arrow is going to land on Scarra. Imqatpie kiting away. Zag untouched. Long duration. Absolute Zero will land. Shut down by the Kennen. Fallen Bandit going to pick that one up. Imqatpie is going to... No, he's not going to be able to find Zag. And it all goes wrong for Delta Fox.
4 for 0 right now on CLG Academy. 23 minutes in the game. Right next to Baron buff. They're going to turn on to this one right now as OhMarkZ chases out Dyrus. Not much of a chance of a smite steal here. Dyrus Shock Blast not even going to look for it. And that might be a bit of a nail in the coffin here for Delta Fox.
It's so unfortunate because Shiphtur has been the one making plays for the team. and he ends up with a little bit of pie on his face after going for the Cosmic Binding, not landing and turning himself golden. This is the play after that.
Yeah, they ended up out of position trying to follow up on Shiphtur there. Scarra gets stunned up, and Voy doesn't really have anywhere to kite to. Gets hooked out there, chain CC'd and kind of blown up. Scarra channeling the ultimate, not bad, but with one of his main damage dealers down in Voyboy, they have no chance of winning this fight. Almost get a trade kill on the Zag, not quite going to be able to grab it.
Either way, tough stuff there, and what looked to be good, a nice advantage number. You see an 80 carry sitting right by himself for quite some time. CLG Academy able to close the distance between them and catch out the rest of Delta Fox, but they're not done quite yet. They're going to go ahead and take this mountain break without too much fight coming out of CLG Academy. Magical Journey going to leave a fallen bandit all alone, and here goes Shiphtur. He's going to start the chase. Voyboy going to join in too. Shock Blast going to land, and there's the route. And here we go. Delta Fox back in business with 1 kill, 18 to 11.
The 5-man play onto fallen bandit, answering back for what they did to their boy Dyrus. But during that time, they've evacuated the other 2 lanes. CLG Academy going to push those ones in. They take the mid inner turret, they take the top inner turret, and they're going to keep going.
That's right, those towers don't say Delta Fox, but Dyrus's tag does, so they're going to go ahead and get revenge for that at the cost of 2 towers. So difficult here for Delta Fox to try and find a big-time win. And there is a Tempered Fate. It does land. Interesting. Tunnel's going to continue to take him there. And nice arrow, long range coming from Zag, going to stop the aggression from Scarra. But the chase continues. Voyboy getting the speed boost from Bard. Oh, and not able to be grounded.
They're not done yet.
They're not done yet. Here comes the curtain call. Omar God trying to get the knock up. He's super fed and picks up yet another kill. Absolute Zero does absolutely nothing for Scarra except get himself caught under the tower. Tuesday now joining the fight. He says, today is my day, Dyrus. You come back here. Down he goes. And Tuesday picks that one up. And Imqatpie and Scarra limp away.
Scarra able to walk out of there doing what Nunu does best, but the rest of the team not actually able to find any kills. Voyboy was pretty quick there with his ghost on the blood boil to speed up from Shiphtur, but didn't actually get him in range of Zag. Kites that one out. And then the rest of CLG Academy was able to collapse on that relatively long chase that started all the way back in the top side jungle of Delta Fox.
Well, the 5-man play worked in the bottom side of the map. They tried it again on the top side to no success.
They got a lot of heart.
They do.
Got a lot of hustle.
They do. They're hustling together as a 5-man squad using Ghost and speed boost from Bard.
They just don't got a lot of gold. It would trade some of that heart and hustle for some gold.
They do have some gold in the form of Tempered Fate because Shiphtur has hit some pretty solid ones on himself and his teammates.
That's true. He's had some good ultimate so far, but the rest of Delta Fox too far behind. This time, he's getting hooked out a little bit.
Yeah, he is. Phil going to land that one as the tower does go down in the top side of the map. So no more towers left for Delta Fox except for the Nexus turrets. And things are looking a little grim here for the Foxes.
Oh, here's the long-range arrow onto Scarra.
Who would have thunk it? Scarra gets taken down. Tuesday's going to pick that one up and go unstoppable. Slicing Maelstrom going to slow down Dyrus, and he dies yet again for the 8th time this game. And unfortunately, that might be, like you said, the nail in the coffin as the rest of CLG Gaming Academy push into the base.
Gonna keep on the map right now. They have 2 inhibitors down the mid and top lane. Looks like they're going for the 3rd. Playing controlled or something like that. Not really Delta Fox's style. I don't know what this is.
I'm sure you don't. And there it is, the Death Sentence going to land. Phil, you can call him the Death Note Rider, call him Kira, because he lands yet another one, and down goes Cassiopeia. Bard going down, and that's going to be the base and the rest of the Nexus here in a couple of seconds. Scarra getting caught up. Another hook landing by Phil. He's going to pick that one up. Gargoyle Stoneplate into the damage. That's why it doesn't do too much damage. He should probably try to figure out how that item works. Unfortunately, he does go down, and now the base is the only one left up. It's Zag and it's Fallen Bandit, and that's going to be it. CLG Gaming Academy taking a comprehensive Game 1 victory, 25-14 in under 30 minutes.
Yeah, it was a pretty scrappy game overall. Delta Fox found a couple openings to get some kills, but they had one disastrous team fight up on the top side of the map. They got aced, and they ended up giving up, or it was a 4-0, excuse me, and they lost the Baron off the back of it. Before that, it was relatively close, around 3,000 gold. They were down a couple Infernal Dragons, so they did probably feel pressure to make a couple plays happen, and just came up a little short.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it was so close. Again, great plays out of Shiphtur on the bottom side. You got to see Voyboy start to maneuver a little bit. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see Imqatpie get unlock too much, but there was a ton of pressure coming out on the opposite side by MarkZ.
Yeah, I think that's one of those games where if maybe Dyrus is able to stabilize and actually win that counter pick matchup, comes out ahead, and then they continue playing from there because they had some decent objective control. Shiphtur made a lot of plays to actually get his team some advantages, and maybe if they run with those advantages a little bit better, they can actually take that game.
Yeah, Dyrus kind of fallen way behind 0-6 before he started finding an impact, got 2 kills, and then things kind of went a little bit of a awry there, and Baron headed on over to Counter Logic Game
Delta
Academy.
Fox's motto, a little bit awry.
A little bit of awry, but we're not going awry. We're just taking a quick break, but when we come back,